There's a huge problem in cowboy boots, but not only in the cowboy boot industry, also in all of footwear. And it's the decline of sizes available for customers, but also that's combined with the fact that customers are uneducated and easy to take advantage of. My buddy Kevin sent me this video from the CBS archives in 1983 of a shoe salesman, and this scene sums it up perfectly.
You get people who just don't know the size. They come in, and there's one fella in particular I remember. He came in and he says, "I'd like to have a pair of black shoes." I said, "Anything particular, sir?" He says, "Just a pair of black shoes." So I says, "What size do you wear? Can I measure your foot?" No, you can't measure my foot. I wear an 8.5D. So I bring out about 2 or 3 black shoes. I put it on his feet, and he says to me, "Oh, easy on my toes. My toes are sore." So I says to him, "How long your toes been sore?" He says to me, I thought he'd say 3 months, maybe 2 months. He says to me, 12 years. So I says to him, "When was the last time you had your foot measured?" He says, "About 14 years ago." I said, "Please, let me measure your foot." So he starts yelling at me. He says, "Listen, Sonny, nobody's going to measure my feet. I'm wearing 8.5D. I said, "Sir, I tried on 3 pairs of shoes already. They're all tight on you, and they all hurt your toes. And you got to say, listen, you want to get a correct fit? Let me measure your foot." So he's finally agreed to it, and I measure his foot, and believe it or not, the man wore a 10B. 3 sizes too small. I didn't tell him what size he wore, because I knew he'd never let me come out with the shoe. So I just went back to the stockroom. I walked out with a black 10B, and he puts on a shoe. He gets up and goes like this. He goes, "What did you do to the shoe? My toes don't hurt anymore."
I see this a lot today, and it's gotten worse because the industry doesn't make all the width sizes anymore. You heard him say that guy was a 10B, 10 Benny. That's a narrow width. And most of the modern brands only have D or double E widths. I mean, people didn't just stop having different widths. Brands like Tecovas, Haier, and Chisos, who advertise like crazy, could invest in width sizes that were available back in the day, but they choose to advertise limited sizes. And will tell folks just to size up or size down, which leads to ignorance and stubbornness in the customer who suffers through all the pain. This industry has to get better. If they're gonna save costs with synthetics inside boots and boost margins as much as possible, the least that they can do is make the sizes that were available back in the 70s and 80s. You might say, "Jeremiah, it's too much time and money." Well, I can tell you that I did it. When I released my limited boot line in 2021, I had all the width sizes. If I can do it, so can anybody else. Hold them to the standard that the industry had in the 70s and 80s. Have your feet measured and boot up with your proper size.